what to say, but this whole channel is basically about me trying out new things. Even though this is still book related, this is something I don't usually do. Also, I'm using the back camera of my phone this time instead of my front camera, so we'll see how this turns out looking in the end. It's the month of February. We know what that means. Besides being Black History Month, I said important month as well, but we also know that February 14th, or Valentine's Day, or as I like to call it, Non-Existence Day, is coming up. So basically, some people love romance while others don't, and if you're not in the mood to read romance for Valentine's Day, I'm going to be recommending 14 books with little to no romance at all. So we'll see how this goes. I don't do recommendations often. So that means, short intro today, we're just going to get into these 14 books because there is a lot, and I have a whole pile of books down here that you cannot see, so let's just get on with it. My first recommendation is A Monster Cause. The cover should be somewhere over here. You're going to see the author there. I know there's also a movie, but I definitely see this as like a perfect choice if you're looking for something that's more focused on mental health. I wouldn't say it's the best representation of like healthy mental health, but I would say it has good character development. That's book number one. The second book I would recommend is Bad Witch Burning. Of course, it's also Black History Month. I want to put in some Black authors here as well. This book has more of a main focus on toxic family and toxic friendships and just finding your own way trying to navigate through a harsh life. This is probably more realistic, and none whatsoever do I remember there being any love interest or like love. The next book I wholeheartedly recommend it, Be Switched. I'm not gonna lie, there is like a little mention of a relationship there, but it isn't really like a deeply explored. If you love time traveling and you also love really interesting main characters, like the main character is heavily flawed, heavily spoiled, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I think that's what helps the plot goes forward. If the main character was perfect, there would be no point, and as you can tell, this is absolutely my favorite. I sprayed myself. Are they all done well? No. But do I still do it? Yes. Yeah. Let me move on. Next up is another one I just wholeheartedly stand behind, is Deeming Road. This main character I absolutely love. Yes, there is like a one-sided romance with like one of the characters, and there might be more mentions of it, but like the main focus is not on any relationships. It is on the main character navigating through finding out about her heritage and more. I just don't want to give too much away. Definitely read it if you're into it. As always, check trigger warnings because some things I could take, you probably cannot. Next up, I definitely recommend is Ilatse. I'm so sorry for butchering this name. Since the main character is Arrow Ace, there is no romance in this at all. It is also pretty light, pretty hauntingly good, if you get what I mean. Next is The Girl and the Ghost. Try it out if you want a interesting story where the main character is befriending, I guess you can say, the monster. Next up is Hollow Kingdom. This is all about basically a crow getting used to a post-apocalyptic world. We have gotten so used to human beings. Going out of order for this one because I completely forgot about this is Enola Holmes. Up to about book 5. Beyond that, I don't know if there's any romance in it. I know what the movies on Netflix show, but in reality, when I asked for my librarian in high school for a book series without no romance, this is what they gave me, and it is so true. There's no romance in this when you read it. A lot of it is kind of swayed off from like the source material, and that is fine. We're following the youngest sister of Sherlock Holmes, but you're basically following her and how she just tries to sway off from like expectations. You'll get it more if you decide to try it out, but this series will always be my favorite, and I didn't even know it was still continuing now. Actually, I thought it was done. I thought it was just books, 6 books, but but I definitely plan to reread this whole series in the future and see where it's at now. So this one, take with you, because I truly don't know if there is no romance in like future books. Well, it's the second day and I haven't finished this video at all, so I'm hoping to do that today. If I happen to be looking to the side throughout this whole video, it's because I'm airdropping it onto my TV because I'm using my back camera versus my front camera, which it's a lot of work. It's also the reason why this video is taking forever to be out. So yeah. Going back on track with the alphabet, I'm going to recommend Horrid. I read this last year, and because there is no mention of romance at all in this, I think the main focus is on revenge. I think that's the best way I could wrap this up without spoiling anything for it. Yeah, let me move on because I have a lot more books to do. So next up I have here, you can't really see it because this is an arc of it. It's Little Darlings by Melody Golding. This book has no emphasis on romance. It's more about motherhood than anything. Yes, there is a marriage, but honestly, it's not the picture perfect marriage you're ever gonna see. The next one is Long Way Down. I can't recommend this enough. I even got the chance to meet the author and get it signed. This book is not at all about romance. It's more about the internal struggles of making a decision that may impact your life. This does have an ambiguous ending where the author himself will not tell us, but I definitely recommend this. It's also a story in verse, which I love as someone who writes poetry. We're down to the last 3 as I can tell here. Next is another story in verse. It's called Maybe. I love this version of it because it's like a soft cover, but it's definitely not about romance. If I remember correctly, it's about survival. This is an interesting take on like a survival story through a child's view. That's the best way I could describe it. The second to last one has to be Messenger of Fear. This I haven't read in so long, but I definitely vividly remember there's no romance. This story is more about, like, I guess you could say redemption, because the main character suddenly takes on this new role. Now, for the 14th and final book, I would definitely recommend Punching the Air. I'm iffy on this if there's completely like no romance, but what I remember, this is similar to Long Way Down in a sense, not just because there's like black characters. The overarching theme of like finding oneself and coming to terms with certain things. Yes, this is the last book I recommend. Well, that was 14 books I recommended to you all if you don't feel like reading romance. But let me know what you think on these racks. Let me know if there's any of these books that do have romance in it, because I try to go for a little known. And since I won't say I hate romance, I would say I prefer more action, more suspense, mystery. I'm a gore fiend. I'm not gonna lie to you, I do love the gore violence over lovey-dovey scenes, so keep that in mind. So that's it for this video. I'm so excited for the next video. Actually, if any booktubers are watching and you would like to be tagged in a tag video, definitely let me know down below and I will gladly put you on the list, because right now it has been so long since I not only did a tag video, but since I've also been in the booktube community, because I know book talk has taken over, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just find it hard to try to find people who may be interested in being tagged. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.